with Jacqueline Boyle, Jac, and we were just out watching the dressage. I saw a lovely chestnut horse being ridden, and we caught up with her afterwards. And I found out that it's actually Jac that I've been wanting to talk to for a while about having leukemia and coming back and riding some fantastic horses. So thank you for chatting to us.
Not a problem.
We've actually discovered too that she sometimes faints during public speaking, so we made sure that she sits down for this one.
She'll be right, she'll be right.
So Jac, I'd just like to find out first of all, could you talk us through a little bit what happened with your leukemia? And you were working for Will Enzinger
Yes.
as a groom,
Yeah.
and then you discovered you were ill.
Yeah, so I'd been working for Will Enzinger for about 2.5 years, and you know, I just started to notice I was really tired, really lethargic, and yeah, basically I you know, after a few follow-up appointments with the doctor, found out that I had acute myeloid leukemia, and so yeah, and from then on it was, you know, from diagnosis I was straight into Peter Mac, and yeah, and then started treatment basically straight away. So yeah.
And you apparently had industrial strength treatment, the whole bone marrow thing. And
yeah, so I had 3 rounds of chemo followed by a bone marrow transplant, which was actually at the Royal Melbourne. And yeah, that's pretty intense chemo, but you know, you get to the other side of it, and you know, it's all good.
Yeah. And so you're now in remission, and I saw you a couple of weekends ago at Tonga.
Yeah,
having your head shaved.
Yeah, that was great. It was kind of a great thing to do, you know, 1 year post-transplant, because, you know, it's very empowering, and, you know, it feels like I'm kind of giving back, you know, it's money towards supporting people with leukemia, and yeah, like I was telling you earlier, I felt like I had so much support, and it's really nice to think that other people would be able to get that kind of support.
Yeah. And there were lots of great people out there that helped you within the eventing community.
Yeah.
So let's talk a bit about them, because you've got people like Edith Kane and Vaughan Ellis. So what have these people done?
They're like absolutely amazing people. So for starters, Will and Emily were just amazing through the whole thing. So supportive, kept me updated on all the horses, told me all that kind of stuff, which is, you know, keeps you really positive. And then there's Edith's family, who I've known for years, and just amazing people. Like, they, you know, between them and Will, just took care of my horses. I dropped everything, dropped every part of my life, and they just picked up all the pieces for me. And then Vaughan, who actually, between him and I think it was Edith, conspired their little idea that maybe his horse Tom could come out of retirement, and yeah, so they basically planted the seed for me to ride him, and I then had that as something to look forward to post-treatment, and you know, motivated to get myself, you know, on track. So yeah, absolutely, I had an amazing support.
Yeah. And for those who don't know Tom obviously he's a horse that went up to 2-star level and then was retired. And so how are you finding riding? Well, unfortunately he's off at the moment.
Yeah. So he had an injury towards the end of last year, so he's just come back in. He's doing a bit of rehab at the moment. But you know, he was ridden by Karcher Wyman, and so I got on him, and he was just beautiful. Just even after 2 years off, he was just stunning to ride. And yeah, so he's coming along now from his injury really nicely, and yeah, couldn't be happy with him.
Well, we look forward to seeing you on Tom, but who are you riding here this weekend?
So I've got Titch, so Glen Owen out of the blue, and he's owned by Edith Kane. So when Tom got injured, she said, "Here you go, have him." And I went, "Thank you." So yeah, that was great, and he's been a lot of fun. He was quite green when I started, so he's doing a really good job. This is his 3rd event, so I'm very happy with him.
Well, we watched your test, and as I say, I just saw it and I thought, well, that's a really nice thoroughbred type. Nice to see nice thoroughbreds out there, and it just happened to be you. And so thank you for talking to us today. I'm really glad that you've recovered. You look fantastic.
Thank you.
And maybe we should mention the charity that you raised the money for.
Yeah, so it's the Leukaemia Foundation, and basically all the proceeds go towards providing support and towards research. So yeah, it's a really great cause. And
great. Well, lovely to see you looking so well.
Oh,
you look
thank
great.
you. Thank
I'll
you.
be following you throughout the weekend, and thanks for chatting.
Not a problem.
Thanks.